Okay, we're in the section 4 now, chapter 5. These are the half-angle formulas. I'm David Dipple from Lone Star College, Montgomery. Okay, the half-angle formulas. These are 3 more formulas that, again, they'll be on the identity sheet that I give you. It's good to be familiar with them. Sort of have them memorized. It just speeds up the process. You need to know where to find them. Okay, sine of a over 2 is plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine of a divided by 2. The plus and minus is determined by the quadrant you're in. If you start with a third quadrant angle, you cut it in half, pick a number, cut it in half, and figure out which quadrant you're going to be in. Cosine is 1 plus cosine a divided by 2. So the only difference between sine and cosine is inside sine is minus, cosine is plus. And tangent, what I'm going to be using here, is 1 minus cosine over sine, or 1 or sine over 1 plus cosine. Either one of those. You can stack these radicals up if you want to. That also works. Okay, suppose I'm going to find tangent of 15. Well, 15 is half of 30. Okay, 15 is 30 divided by 2. So pick one of the two. I decided to pick 1 minus cosine 30 over sine 30. Okay, that happened to be the top one, but you could pick the bottom one also. Okay, so it's 1 minus cosine of 30 over sine of 30. And we know those values. Cosine of 30 is square root of 3 over 2. Sine of 30 is 1/2. If you multiply everything by 2, you'll get 2 square root of 3 over 1. And that will be the answer. 2 minus the square root of 3. That turns into 1, and you're done. Okay, suppose cosine is 3/5. We're in the fourth quadrant. Suppose you want to find sine of half of a and cosine of half of a. Well, if you're in the fourth quadrant, pick a number like 330. Cut it in half. And that will be 300 is easier. Cut it in half is 150, which is in the second quadrant. Now, sine in the second quadrant is positive, so that's positive square root. And I think I typed that wrong. 1 minus cosine a over 2. If cosine is 3/5, you plug a 3/5 in there. So it's 1 minus 3/5 over 2. You can clean that up by multiplying everything by 5. Get 5 minus 3 divided by 10. Five minus 3 is 2/10, which is 1/5. And again, if you're in, so it should be positive, not negative 1/5. The cosine half the angle. Again, we're starting. A is in fourth quadrant. 300 is in the fourth quadrant. Cut it in half, 150. That's in the second quadrant. Sine should be positive. Cosine should be negative. I think I got those typed backwards on here. Okay, cosine is going to be, I got that one right, negative 1 plus cosine over 2. We plug in our 3/5 again. Multiply by 5. 5 plus 3 is 8/10, which reduces to 4/5. That one is negative, but the sign should be positive because you're in the second quadrant. And that's an example of trig functions with half angles.